Good morning, one and all. So, in continuation with the yesterday's after the completion of excretory products and in the elimination, today we are going to start with the next topic, that is locomotion. In this locomotion and movement topic, we are going to talk. We are going to talk about the we are going to talk about the level 1 questions of the locomotion and movement. In this locomotion and movement, so the level 1 first question related to the types of movement. The cytoplasmic movement that occurs inside the cell is A. Amoeboid, B. Ciliary, C. Flagellar, glossis. So already you know that amoeboidal movement. Amoeboidal movement means the movement which is just shown like a amoeboid, like WBC cells shows this amoeboidal movement. So your body complete movement is called amoeboidal movement. So this is not the option. Ciliary movement. In the case of paramecium, if you see the cilia which is present on the body help in the movement of the movement of the organism completely. So ciliary movement is a type of body movement. Flagellar can be seen in the case of the in the case of flagellar movement can be seen in the case of the euglena, where body is completely moved. Cyclosis is the answer for this. Cytoplasmic movement means protoplasmic movement or cytoplasmic movement inside the cell, where the movement takes place is called as cyclosis. So question answer for the cytoplasmic movement is cyclosis is the right answer. Next, select the select the incorrect pair. So concentrate on the question incorrect pair. So coming on to the incorrect pair, amoeboidal movement, muscular movement jaws, flagellar movement ova, ciliary movement fallopian tubes. So ciliary movement fallopian tubes by the ciliary movement ova moves, flagellar movement euglena is ova moves by the with the ciliary movement, with the help of ciliary like structures present in the fallopian tube. The ova moves. Flagellar movement can be seen in the euglena, or flagellar movement can be seen in the case of the nostrils. Also you can see the long structures. So here the incorrect match pair, incorrect incorrect matching pair here is flagellar movement ova. It can be seen in euglena. Next, the movements of leukocytes. Leukocytes means already you know WBC cells movement is obviously a amoeboidal movement, always an amoeboidal movement. So you know that muscular movement means muscular movement has no positional change, but the sometimes it will help in the locomotion. And you know ciliary movement means with the help of cilia, that is in the case of paramecium or in the different types of ciliary muscles present in our body. Cyclosis means already you know that protoplasmic movement. So answer can be the amoeboidal movement is the right answer. Next, muscles. Smooth muscles are found in smooth muscles means also called as involuntary muscles. So wherever there is a function of not under the control of brain, all muscles are consisting of smooth muscles. So in this iris of eyes is not under the direct control of brain. So this can be the right answer. Erector pili of dermis is also present, and which is not directly under wall of large blood cells is also. So your answer is All these three options are right. All of this is the answer. Next, belly is upper part of a muscle, middle part of a muscle, lower part of a muscle, none of these. Belly means stomach, which is present in the middle. So here also we can conclude the answer that it is the middle part of the muscle. Next, antagonistic. Antagonistic means acting against or in opposite to. Antagonic muscles of biceps are quadriceps, four quadriceps femoris, quadratus femoris, triceps and branchialis. We have two types of muscles in our body. One is the one is the triceps and one is the biceps. Biceps here are flexes the arm and is called as a flexor muscles. It is antagonistic is triceps that generally extends or straightens the arms. So whenever the biceps folds that, the antagonistic of the triceps will extend the arms. So it is the triceps is the stick to the biceps. So C option. Next. Next, when supraliminal stimulus is given, then which of the following events occurs? Muscle contraction more than normal, muscle contraction less than normal, muscle contraction below the average, muscle contraction same as threshold stimulus. When supraliminal stimulus is given, then which of the following events occur? Obviously, the muscle contraction is generally as the same as the threshold stimulus. So option D is the right answer. It is option D. Suprastimulus is given. Next, which of the following is a movable part of a muscle? Belly. Which is the movable part of a movable part of a muscle? Belly. Origin. Insertion. So, in a complete muscle, the less movable end of the muscle is called the origin. The less movable part is called origin. The middle mass is called, already we have discussed in the fifth question, that is belly, and the movable end is called insertion. So here the answer for this question is the movable part is insertion. Next, smallest muscles in man is smallest muscle in the human man. So smallest bone, malus incus stapes. Malus incus stapes. Stapes is the smallest bone, and the muscle glutamus minimus is the biggest muscle. Serratus is also a type of muscle, and stapedus, which is the smallest muscle in the human body, which is present in the ear. This stapedus is present in the ear near to the stapes bone. Next, here the 10th question you are seeing that it is the 10th question is given with X, Y, and Z. X is tropomyosin. X is tropomyosin. X is tropomyosin, and Y is filamentous protein or globular protein which is formed into filamentous protein, and Z is tropionin molecule. So correct options we need to find. X is myosin, tropomyosin. So here tropomyosin C and D is there, and Y is F actin, G protein formed into F protein. So option D is the right answer. D is the answer for this question. Next, coming on to the next question, in which of the following step of muscle contraction energy is utilized in the form of ATP? ATP. So, backflow of calcium ion into the sarcoplasmic reticulum, formation of cross bridges, breaking down. So this all takes place, these all three parameters takes place in the muscle contraction. So we can go with the answer D. D will be the right answer for this question. Next, isotonic. Isotonic here, isotonic means similar thing. Isotonic takes place during load on head, exercise, walking. So load on head, I know isotonic contraction. Exercise also, some stretches, some relaxes, but only during the walking. Only during the walking, isotonic contraction shortens the muscle in length, pulls bone and movement of organs occur. Tension remains constant. During the walking only the tensions remain constant. So answer for this question will be walking. Walking where the muscle shortens in length and pulls the bone and the movement of organs occur only during the walking condition. Next, largest muscle is largest muscle is glutamus maximus, glutamus medius, triceps and biceps. We know that present in the shoulder region. Glutamus medius itself says that it is the medium, and glutamus maximus is the largest muscle in the human body. Already we have discussed. This is present in the buttocks, buttock region. Next question. The primary myofilament. Read the question statement 1 and statement 2. Read the statement 1 and statement 2 and try to find out the option for these statements, whether statement 1 is right and 2 is right, whether 1 is supported by 2, right and 2 is right but 2 is not supported by 1. Like that the options will be there. So try to find out the correct option here. So you just try to read that a primary myofilament is composed of bundle of rod-like molecules of a protein myosin. Myosin and actin together form a contractile apparatus. Contractile apparatus. So here whether both the statements are right or not. So when you see onto this, the primary myofilaments consist mainly of myosin protein. In the generally in the presence of, already we have discussed that the calcium and energy from ATP, actin and myosin interact, forming an actomyosin, which causes contraction of muscles. So here both are supporting each other. So we can go with the option A. So both the statements, both the statement, both the statement A and both are supporting each other. So answer can be A option. Next, total number of muscles in our body. Bones are 206 and muscles in our body are 639. So answer is 630, 639, 639. Next, Which of the following characteristic belongs to cardiac muscle fibers? Uninucleate, oblique bridges, spindle-shaped, intercalated discs, stripes, and voluntary muscles. So, which of the following is a so already you know that cardiac muscles are intermediate muscles. They have striations. They have striations, and they are also acting like a you know that the nucleus in the smooth muscles is sensate condition, so they are uninucleate, and they have oblique ridges, and they have the intercalated, that is the branching structures, that is intercalated disc, and they are having the stripes in the body, and they are involuntary. So here option spin and voluntary functions are to be removed. So whichever is containing 1, 2, 4, 5 is right answer A. Then the answer is A. A is the right answer. Next, our muscles originate from, we know that we have three germinal layers. In the three germinal layers, the muscles generally originate from the middle layer, that is the mesoderm of our body. So mesoderm is going to have this. Next, repeated stimulation of muscles leads to tetany, tetanus, fatigue, muscle twitch. So repeated muscle stimulation is called fatigue. Means you get a fatigue is a condition where your body feels restlessness condition. Tetany means the position of the muscles because of rapid spasms, and they remain in the contracted state. And tetanus is the condition. Tetany is the disease caused because of tetanus is a disease, and tetany is a contraction state. So answer is fatigue. Next, 19th question. If a muscle undergoes rapid contraction and relaxation, the sarcoplasmic reticulum. If the muscle undergoes rapid contraction and relaxation, the sarcoplasmic reticulum. What happens to the sarcoplasmic reticulum? So here requires constant plugging in and out is to rapid synthesis of myosin, do not require energy, all of these. When you see onto the these options, when a muscle undergoes rapid contraction and the relaxation, the sarcoplasmic reticulum always requires the calcium ions. During the contraction of muscle, calcium ions are released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum to sarcoplasm, and during the relaxation phase of muscles, calcium plus ions pumped back into the lumen. Hence, there is a muscle undergoes rapid contraction and relaxation. It requires constant movement of calcium ions from the sarcoplasmic reticulum in and out. So we can go with the answer A. A. Next, muscles, iris, and ciliary body originate from. Already we have discussed that most of the parts of the exterior parts of the eye are derived from the ectoderm. So ectoderm is the answer for that question. Next, choose the incorrect statement for myosin. Myosin, related to the myosin, you need to find out the incorrect statement. It is formed by two polypeptide chains. It is S1 Si fragment contains an active ATP enzyme. Myosin is made up of many monomeric proteins called meromyosins. Cross-arm is present in heavy meromycin of myosin. So here, when you look onto this particular question, so generally myosin of the muscle is approximately 55 percentage by weight, and this molecule is generally composed of 6 polypeptide chains, which were two identical heavy chains and 4 light chains. Two heavy identical chains and 4 light chains will be present in this meromyosin. So it is formed of 2 polypeptide chains. Choose the incorrect statement 21. So myosin contributes, it is formed of 6 polypeptide chains. So here the first option is incorrect option. Next, inner walls of halo visceral organs of the body like alimentary canal, non-striated muscles, skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and both A and C. So, inner walls of the hollow visceral organs of body like the alimentary canal contains of. So, generally they are non-striated or unstriated muscles because they are involuntary in function. Non-striated means obviously called as smooth muscles, and the skeletal muscles also called as striated muscles. So here non-striated or smooth muscles is the right option for this question. So D option is the right answer. Next, 23rd question. The types of muscles present in our A. Upper arm or smooth muscle fibers fusiform in shape. Heart or involuntary and unstriated smooth muscles. Intestine or striated and voluntary. Thigh are striated and voluntary. So upper arm or smooth muscle fibers, it is skeletal muscle. First option is wrong. Next, heart are involuntary and unstriated, they are striated. So this is also wrong. Intestine are striated, they are unstriated and involuntary. So third option is also wrong. The thigh are striated and voluntary. So D option is the right option. Next, here you are seeing the 4 diagrammatic representations. Which of the following sarcomeres is labeled correctly? So here you will see that the sarcomere is the line between the two adjacent Z lines, or one half of the uh, I band and next A band followed by the I band. So from the given thing, and they should be alternatively arranged. They should be alternatively arranged and parallel to each other in the horizontal position, and also they should be in the vertical position. And in the A band, you can see that most of the uh, A band, you can see that or anisotropic band, you can see the most of the my heavy meromyosins are present. So from the given options, and they are darkly stained. So from the given sarcomere is the A option is showing the correct sarcomere. A option is showing the correct sarcomere. Next, when sarcolemma gets polarized, then it liberates calcium plus ions that binds with. When sarcolemma gets polarized, then it liberates calcium plus ions that binds tropionin C, tropionin 1, tropionin D, and myosin. So when you see onto this question, so here tropionin C here, okay, tropionin molecule binds with tropionin IC7. So here sarcolemma gets polarized, then it liberates calcium plus ions that binds with generally the tropionin C molecule, that is tropionin C. So generally when you look onto this tropionin C, tropionin is a complex of three poly that is tropionin T, tropionin I and tropionin C. Tropionin C is a calcium binding. The name C itself gives you that it is going to bind with the calcium and helps in the process of muscle contraction. So here choose the correct statement. We need to only find out the correct statement here. In this we have these muscles are structurally and functionally similar to smooth muscles. These muscles are structurally and functionally similar to smooth muscles. These muscles are structurally similar to smooth muscles and functionally similar to skeletal muscles. Heart made up of cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are present in the heart in the entire length of pulmonary veins. So here correct statement you need to find out. The most correct statement in this all we are looking is heart is made up of cardiac muscles or also called as intermediate muscles or which are having the involuntary function and striated muscles. So answer is C. Next, all the muscles have the following special properties like extensibility, elasticity, contractibility, and also orthorhythmically. All the muscles have the following special properties except. So orthorhythmic means involuntary movement is not shown by, but they have extensibility, excitability, and contractibility are the prime characteristic features of each and every muscle, but they don't have except they was the except. So autorhythmicity is not present in all the muscles. Autorhythm is not present. All muscles have the property of but autorhythmicity or self rhythmic movement is only shown by the heart. So next 28th question. The junction between the motor neuron and the sarcolemma of the muscle fiber is called motor unit, motor end plate, neuromuscular plate junction, and what? So here you now connect the nerve ending nerve terminal connecting with the muscle fiber is called motor end plate. Here they forms the neuromuscular junction. So here we can see the B and C are united, and the option D is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. Fascicle is a membrane connecting that, and fascicle are bundles of muscles. So answer A is the right answer. Answer A is the right answer. Next, coming on to the next question. What is sarcomere? So sarcomere is a part one of the I band. Adjacent to that A band followed by the next half of the I band of consecutive I band is called sarcomere. From the given options, or else we can easily, if we want to define, it is a part between the lines of successive consecutive Z lines is called sarcomere. So here 30 the right option. D option is the right option. Next, during muscle contraction in the humans, the sarcomere does not shorten. A bands remain same. A, H and I bands shorten. Actin filament shorten. So there will be no the A only remains same. No, A band only remains same and others are moved accordingly. So A band there will be no change in the A band and H zone. H zone also shortens but no change in the A band. Reactions which change the lactic acid into glycogen come under. So the reactions which change lactic acid into glycogen, uh, here Kelvin cycle, Kelvin cycle is concerned to the C3 cycle. Krebs cycle takes place in the plants and animals, which is concerned to the citric acid synthesis. Glycolysis means breakdown of glucose, glycogen into glucose, and Cori cycle, this cycle we can see this in the Cori cycle. In the Cori cycle we can see that the conversion of lactic acid into glycogen is called Cori cycle. Next, 33rd question. 33rd question. Fusiform muscle fibers are present in cardiac muscle tissue, smooth muscle tissue, skeletal muscle tissue of these. So, your fusiform muscle fibers are present in the cardiac muscle tissue, smooth muscle. Fusiform means itself is the spindle fibers. So, spindle fibers is the characteristic feature of smooth muscles. So answer for this question can be only smooth muscles or involuntary muscles or unstriated muscles. B option. Next question. Competent of actin filaments of sarcomere is myosin and tropionin, tropionin and actin, actin and myosin, actin, tropionin and tropomyosin. So you know that actin filament is of a sarcomere is composed of actin, tropionin and tropomyosin. So here D option. Next, sarcolemma is a 35th question. Sarcolemma is a covering of whole muscle, covering of bundle of muscle fiber, covering of individual muscle fiber, covering of muscles. Sarcolemma is a covering of individual muscle fiber. Sarcolemma means the muscle bundle is covered by a membrane. The muscle bundle is covered. Each muscle bundle is covered by a membrane called as sarcolemma. So answer can be covering of individual of muscle fiber. Next, cross arm is formed by LMM, HMM. Cross arm is generally already you know that it is formed by the heavy meromyosin or myosin molecule HMM. Next, sarcoplasmic reticulum. Sarcoplasmic reticulum of muscle fiber releases calcium to the sarcoplasm conduct impulses outward, withdraws calcium from both A and C. So here conduct impulses outward. Sarcoplasmic reticulum muscle fibers generally releases calcium into the sarcoplasm and withdraws calcium from the sarcoplasm. That are the two primary functions. Conduct of impulse outside is not given. That is done by the nervous system. So here B A option is right and C option is right, combining excluding B. So D option is the right, is D option. Next, oblique muscles are unstriated types of muscles found in which part of the alimentary canal? Oblique muscles. Oblique muscles are unstriated type of muscles found in which part of the alimentary canal? So generally they are present in just near to the stomach, that is the abdominal region. So esophagus, striated, cartilage muscles, duodenum cartilage muscles, and colon also cartilage, unstriated muscles only, but these specific type of oblique muscles are present in the stomach, that is the abdominal region. Abdominal it is present. Abdominal it is present. Next, which one part of the muscle bends up the other? It is called as, so elevator muscle, abductor muscle, and flexor muscle and regulator muscle. Flexor muscle, here you can see that elevator muscle is going to slide the position and abductor will stop that. So here flexor muscle generally bends one part of the limb on another at the joint. Example, biceps. Here you can see that biceps is a flexor muscle, and generally when you fold this, it brings the remaining part of this to this. So flexor muscle is flexible in nature and it bends one over the other, whereas the flexor muscles antagonistically means opposite to the extensor muscle. It works against the extensor muscle, and abductor muscle, also called as elevator muscle, is a type of muscle whose functions to move the limbs away from the body. So these are example are deltoideus muscles of the shoulder, as a type of elevator muscle. So ele- elevator muscle and abductor muscle are both one and the same. These are present in the shoulder, and they generally move the limb away from the shoulder, and the flexor muscle brings towards the shoulder. So here the answer is flexor muscle. Next, functional unit of contraction is made up of two complete I bands and one A band, two half I bands and one A band, two A bands and one half of the I band, one A band. You know that two half of the I bands and one A band is called as a functional sarcomere, and it is going to do this. So here B option.